getting this up piece by piece. Alright, all of our testing is long finished. So what I will be doing tonight is the inaugural stream, pretty much. Welcome to my channel, RPG Crawler. I will be focusing on DOS games and older Windows role-playing games, simply because those are the things that catch my interest. I may be doing some newer games, newer role-playing games, especially if they capture the old, classic, old-school RPG feel. I have a fondness for hack-and-slash games, party-based games, not so much for where the storyline takes precedence over the gameplay. I like to have them in equal balance. There's been a recent renaissance in role-playing games that adhere to the old styles, and that makes me very happy over the past few years. What will I be playing tonight? Well, I had initially been hoping to play Arena, but then I realized that I'd probably be stumbling around in the dark a lot. So what I will be doing is playing Dungeon Hack, which is an old game from the early 90s, SSI, based on the old AD&D 2nd edition Advanced Dungeons & Dragons rule set. It is a Eye of the Beholder type engine, single player, first person, tile based, randomly generated game. It takes its inspiration from the old Rogue, and therefore it is kind of a roguelike. It does have save states, so it's not entirely like that. It's a game which I wish I wish that more modern games would take a cue from. I would love to see a modern version of Dungeon Hack in the works. So here we go. Starting it up. Probably should have done this a while back. This may not be a particularly good time for me to stream tonight, simply because I have a lot of background noise in today. And we will be hopping in here. I had it muted. Good old intro. I love these old intros. I think I've mentioned it before in another stream, in my test stream especially. They just give a feel for the game that's kind of cheesy in its own way.
Swamp, gloom, and vine,
but thoroughly enjoyable.
Does rise to cloud my mind, to hide the prize I think to find.
So,
oh, ancient orb,
let's just hope that my earlier efforts in getting the soundtrack equalized have borne fruit.
I see it. A place of track, brave bones. There lies the orb, far, far away.
And basically, I'm looking at chat, trying to get a sense for who I'm going to be getting in here.
Dungeon, and within it lies the orb.
strong magic that can point to maps. Now, what will you be paying me to fetch the orb?
There lies gold and gem enough for any man.
This
Take what you will, but
is
return
not
the orb to me.
the sort of setup that I would
You'll pay me
appreciate
now, or I'll never get
if I
there.
was an adventurer. See, she's just like,
I need horses,
screw you.
supplies.
Go
Enough.
away.
Let the journey begin.
You know, too bad if you want torches or food. Take what you got on you.
Hey, no, wait! No, wait!
Live or die, adventurer, but bring the orb.
So now we begin. Supposedly, this
What?
entire dungeon that
My
you adventure
insides
in
feel all twisted
is somewhere
and
under that ruin. Now, I will admit I have never finished this game, and I've admitted that in the past.
Shall we see what awaits?
Someday, however, I intend to. And I'm not sure if tonight's going to be the night, but we will see. Okay. The sound keeps cutting out because I keep tabbing out. I really need to have DOSBox set up where I can continue to hear the sound in the background, and I know
Bring
there's a
on
way
your
to do it
worst, dungeon. I am
because I've done it in
ready.
the past. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put out another announce simply because I didn't hit every single place I intended to. So, alright then. Choose a character. No, create a character. I am not going to go the cheesy route and set everything to 18. What I will simply do is, you know what? I'm just going to take what I got here. I'm going to take it because that's a damn good roll. 2 17s and an 18. If this was a tabletop, you couldn't ask for better than that. I'm going to go ahead and do a cleric mage. And those hit points are sad, but we'll see. Half elf. Neutral good. And we'll do it hardcore style. Just take the first roll. Boom. Alright. This guy does... I'm looking for somebody that doesn't look like a total scumbag. And, yeah, this guy, as bland as he looks, go ahead and call him dude. And no, I have no appreciation for that movie. Yeah, you know which one I'm thinking about. Moderate. Now, as I've mentioned in the past, I have not finished this game, so we'll wait for it to generate the dungeon. See what we come up with. This could be either very short or a decent start. Now I'll be going pretty slow here, because I've got a couple things to do, but not so abysmally slow as people should get bored, unless you find the game itself boring. Yes, the good old days where random generation took quite a while. Alright then. For those who don't know, you have a basic first-person view. You click on that to attack. Since I'm a cleric mage, I'll have my mage spells in a book. Cleric spells work off of the holy symbol. We'll have to have them in hand to cast. Click on them. Opens up a menu, shows you what you have memorized. Right now, I'll leave my hands blank. You've got a certain set of food, because as you see, you've got a food meter. It goes down as you rest. It puts a sort of timeline on the game where you can't just take forever to get through it. But I have never actually run out of food in this game, so we'll see. I have my basic scale mail, chain mail. It's chain mail. Mace, because in 2nd edition, clerics could not use anything but blunt weapons. Here's my character sheet. Starts you off at level 3 because starting at level 1 would be terrible in a solo game. You would die so many times. Camp is basically your menu. I'm going to go with what spells I have memorized to begin with. We'll save the game. Here, as you can tell, I like playing cleric mages. And we have no numbers to show. That is, or rather, sorry, creature totals. We have no creature totals to show because we haven't killed anything. But I'm going to open it up just so you can see the loading time. It takes forever. Okay. So, we will begin. As you can see on the mini-map, it appears that we're in a very short dungeon consisting of 2 spaces. But that just tells me that one of those walls is illusionary. And, yay, messages. Alright. So, let's begin, shall we? Something on the floor here. Jade, it's probably for a puzzle. They have locks and keys, but then they have various wall decorations that you have to complete in order to open some doors. They're basically keys with a different name. So, here we go. This wall seems funny somehow. Illusionary wall. And not all of them are that obvious, but as you go on, they will supposedly get more difficult. I say supposedly because I tend to get impatient with this game because I think I know everything in terms of the mechanics of it, and simply try to push myself beyond what I should. Now, let's see. There is no background music. No, there's no background music. This I want to say that it was a space consideration, but let's face it. Back in the early '90s, the best you had to work with was MIDI, and that would get repetitive after a while. So I'm almost glad that there's no background music. Some kind of creature attempted to. Oh, here we go. First monster of the day. Boom, miss. Back up. Oh, crap. That was a quick game. Okay, next time, note to self. Get a character with more than 7 hit points. Alright then. Wow. That sucked. Alright. We'll go ahead and try that again, shall we? We'll go ahead and re-roll a few times this time. You know, this is a setup for a decent fighter. And I want to just go fighter cleric mage. It's gonna really limit my advancement, but we'll go ahead and do it. Hit points 15. Much better already, much better. And that fighter is going to boost your hit point total throughout. It's got something called exceptional strength up here. In Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, first and second editions, the exceptional strength contributed greatly to your damage output. It gave you an additional bonus above and beyond an 18. Only fighters could do it. We'll go from there. This time he's got some fighter in him, so let's pick somebody that looks like he can hold up in a fight. Wow, I cannot type tonight. Yeah, there's a limit to how many characters you can put in, but I'm actually pretty impressed with how long you can make the names in this game. For a game of that era, that is actually pretty impressive. I can't particularly say this is going to be incredibly entertaining for those of you who are watching, but we'll see. See, maybe it'll bring up some nostalgia for some of you. Or maybe some of you will be saying, what the hell is this guy doing? There are many more modern games to play. Lots of loading time. I was thinking about playing Grimrock, and once I get this streaming thing down, I will probably go with that at some point. You can always tell when I tab out because it actually stops processing. Okay. Different dungeons, as you can see, they're randomly generated. Different character, same setup. This time, aside from books and spells, we've got a longsword, a bow, and as you can see up here, some arrows in the quiver. Now, that'll be useful if we come across the troglodyte, which is sometimes a boss in this first level. It's more useful to have a hand free, just so you can punch them with the offhand. I'll do that. Attack, step, attack thing. Okay. I am so used to maxing out my stats on this, but that is kind of cheap, I have to admit. So we'll go for a challenge here. Now, if you're not familiar with Advanced Dungeons and Dragons spells, Cure Light is your basic cleric heal at first level, second level, and on through. As you can see, you don't even have any cures memorized for second or third level. Well, second level is all I could cast. So I don't think that this includes the Cure Moderate Wounds, which is a later addition during second edition. And is usually the stopgap heal between the Cure Light and then the Cure Serious and Cure Critical, where your basic graduated heal spells. I am boring people to death. All of this dungeon dressing is random. Whoa. Same. Now these creatures are supposedly dead easy. There was no reason for me to die to the last one, except I just flat out got lazy. Alright. Okay. One benefit of having the 3 classes in the much lower level is that I'm going to end up with faster advancement at first, simply because when you're this low level, your experience accumulates much faster. Punched him when the sword wouldn't take it. These notes give you random clues, but they may have absolutely nothing to do with what you're intending to face. They're just kind of generic clues. For instance, this one gives you a clue. Ion stones, I believe it's pronounced. They're little stones in AD&D 2nd Edition which float around your head. And in here you can have, I believe these are the slots that they go in. And each one gives you a separate power depending on what its color and shape is. And that's basically a clue as to what you can expect from that particular color and shape of Ion stone. Yeah, they're incredibly useful even in the tabletop game. Always kind of like them, but they give you this very strange image of somebody walking around with satellites buzzing around their head. Now, oh, already? Okay. There is absolutely no reason I should be getting my ass kicked this particularly hard. Okay. I've already had to use several spells. Yeah, it's not looking good for me. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to keep my mage spells open. I think this is an exploit, but frankly at this point I don't care. Usually you can only cast mage spells when you're not wearing armor, but if you open the book and have it ready, you can put your armor back on, and I think you can still cast. Now this means I can't view my mini-map, but since it only lets you see 2 squares at most, I don't think that's going to be that great a problem. Wow, my voice is getting shot already. Okay. Oh. Wait for them to get together. They're not getting together. I was going to take them out with one burning hands. But they're being assholes. Alright. Now, could have sworn I saw a secret there. Oh well. Picking up keys left and right. This is telling me I can probably expect several locked doors, because they generally don't give you keys unless there's a locked door on the level. And there's usually locked doors on the level, so that's no particular surprise. Just rarely see this many of the same kind. Silver key. See how there are different kinds? You got bone keys and silver keys. And this particular lock, as you can tell, it looks like a skull. Says it's going to need a key, so you take the bone key. And that's pretty much how you tell, is all the locks are themed. Oh, come on. Oh, burning hands. No. Okay, so apparently you can't do that. But what you can do is take the armor off real quick, cast it, and then pop it back on. Ah. Speed changer. Right. A nice little dungeon dressing. And there's a map, but I don't generally use it until the last minute, simply because it takes forever to load. Okay, these things, I believe they heal you for coins, and it's the only use for coins in this game, so coins aren't so much treasure as vending machine bait. Okay. Oh, a scroll. Not a mage scroll. Protection from dragon breath. That's not going to come in useful for a very long time, so I'm going to stick it way in the back. You have several screens, where you have 3 screens worth of inventory here. And it seems like a lot, but you fill it up very swiftly. Okay, silver lock, silver key. Lever. Gee, I wonder what door that opens. Another copper key. Iron key. Grapple. Now, I have no idea what those are for. I suspect that there's a way to climb between levels at some point in the game, but I haven't actually encountered it. Perhaps we'll encounter it this time. You never know with a randomly generated game. My allergies are starting to make themselves known. Well, the first level is always dead easy, so and yes, I realize I said that after I've already died and almost died another time, but the first level is melee characters. There's no real worry, but once you get past the third or the fourth level, they start coming up with abilities like poison and spells and things that can get you dead very fast. That's got to be a copper one. Same color. Good to go. Alright, and I know I've got somebody waiting for me to post online, so I might take a short break here and write up a post so they don't get pissed off. But in my defense, they were away from the keys for like 30 minutes before I started this, so and it's what, couple minutes in? I want to say at least 10. I'm not sure how long I've been on here. So they were gone for a while. And they're the kind of person that gets pissed off at me when I go away for a while. But that's alright. That's alright. Everybody's got a right to get mad at what they... Whoa, here we go. And I want to say that those things are supposed to be orcs. As strange as that may seem. And you can tell by going to camp and looking at the creature totals. On this level, I believe there's hobgoblins and orcs. Or just goblins and orcs. Okay, just goblins and orcs. Not even hobgoblins. But I honestly couldn't tell which was which, so while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to save the game. Because this guy's actually doing something. I'm just going to save over it. Not that I ever tend to pick up characters once they've died, but we'll see. Cleric Scroll. Now, Cleric Scrolls are not going to be useful for anything but instantly casting. I'm going to stick it in the back here because, once again, it's a resistance type scroll, and I'm not going to face anything like that for a while. Now, it may be useful to collect them together so that when I do face them, I have them on hand. We shall see. Because you never know, I may just take a spear to the back of the head and end up with a very short playthrough. Yeah, it's coming time to heal myself again, so back up. Oh, crap. Alright, come over here. I am almost out of cures, too. Time to rest pretty soon. What else do I got? I got another hold person. That'll come in useful. I'm hoping at least to see the end of this particular level before I rest. Another key. Gold this time. Something seems to be missing here. This is one of those artwork pieces that ends up just being another type of key. So I'll keep my eyes out for a gem or something, because that's usually what fills those in. And oh, here is a coin. Remember when I said vending machine? Yeah, that's the kind of coin that you stick in it. Get yourself healed. There's gold coins. I'm not sure what they do. I'll have to find out. Boom. Sometimes I hit them pretty hard, and sometimes I don't. That's one of the beauties of the old school games. Very large number, very large damage ranges. Okay. More dungeon dressing. Just randomly generated art that gets put up on the walls. Here we go. Something seems to be missing here yet again. Except now I think I've exhausted. Oh, here we go. More options. More options. Don't need to open the map up yet. Boom. Right. Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh crap. There's two of them there. My bad. Not a good thing to fight 2 or 3 things at one time unless you have an area of effects. Which I don't right now. But they die pretty easy. That's the good thing about trash mobs at level 1. They only take 1 hit usually. I say usually because you can always accidentally roll a 1 or something and have them live. Whoa. Okay. It's gonna be the copper key. No, this is not the right key. It's a key I've not found yet, so keep looking. So now I've got 3 locked doors with nothing to do with them. Mage scroll. Now, the mage scrolls are very useful because you can copy them. If you are mage, you can copy them to your spellbook, which I'm going to do right now. Boom. So that way, in the future, I can memorize it just along with any of my other spells. And here we go, loading up. Alright. All the way back into this area. Okay, I think I can do that. It's just going to be easier to just leave myself remaining pointed north and just use the keys to buzz through it real quick. And here we are. You know what? I'm going to hit this first because there is less space up here for there to be additional hallways. So this should be cleared very swiftly. And yes, when the map's finished, you generally end up with every square filled with either a wall or a space between 2 walls. So let me open it up again. As you can see, all of these corridors tend to be, in other words, there's no blank space at the end of the game. All of this will be filled in. All of this will be filled in, and it'll fit perfectly to the rectangle that forms the map. So you'll be able to tell if anything is missing simply because you've got a blank spot in your map. Alright. Another bone key. Got plenty of these. Alright, that's somebody messaging me. I better get onto what I was doing. And another bone key, most likely. But first I'm going to tab out and get this done. Okay. Alright. I'll go ahead and post this. Okay. All right then. All right. Well, I'm gonna get back to this and shake my head at people asking trivia. All right, where were we here? I've picked up a long sword on the ground. Probably going to be magical, but I don't want to equip it until I know for sure. Curses suck. Oh, this is the wrong key. Well, what kind of key does this need? This is definitely the wrong key, so I guess I'm shit out of luck for that one. Okay. Eyes. The eyes don't do anything, but they're certainly creepy to look at. Okay. I feel like there needs to be. Remember when I said um, that the blank areas tell you when something's not there? So I suspect that there's an illusionary wall somewhere in there. So I'll check up here first, up north first, because it's closer, and then I will circle around and get the rest. Basically, the way to check it is to try to run into it. And there's nothing there, so I'll circle around here. I'll try that dead end first. Boom. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Oh, now don't tell me that there's no illusionary wall there. That is funny as hell. There's gotta be something there. There you go. With a goblin poking out of it. Way to break the illusion. Alright, here we go. A key, but this is the one. No, don't throw it. Oh yeah, if you put things on the, you can actually throw things just by putting them up there. So I could throw this at this guy, and it will actually damage him when it hits him. Not greatly, but it's free hit. I mean, you can't really go wrong with that, can you? Some sort of something down there. The hell is that? A plume. Looks like I'm gonna have to break out the detect magic after this. Okay then. Stone key. What's the betting that that opens that other thing up? Let's get all the way back over there. You know, I usually play on a much easier difficulty setting than this. This is turning out to be fairly worthwhile. Same color? Yeah, perfect. Now watch there be nothing back here. It's just a lock. Oh, here we go. Just a locked room with nothing in it. Sometimes I put those in my actual tabletop games just to piss people off. Oh! Jesus Christ. Alright. Once again, my impatience killed me. There was no reason why I should not have got that rested up before I did that. Alright. Well, I've got a viewer, and I think that viewer might be me. Not seeing anything in chat, so well, unless it's no. Oh, wait a minute. I got somebody asking me. For some reason, people tend to ask me AD&D questions. All right. I think I'm gonna call it for now. Um, this has been an exceptionally boring stream, I know, but hopefully it will be a little bit better this next time. Um, my my next game is probably going to be Arena, although I will be playing Dungeon Hack on and off between now and then. I kind of want to do a blind Arena pure mage run through, just nothing but pure caster all the way through. And well, it's easier to say that with Arena because Arena doesn't offer you the if you don't know what I'm talking about, Arena was the first Elder Scrolls game, and back then they still used class-based progression. And it wasn't until the second one, Daggerfall, and then Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim that they started going into designing your own characters. And I don't know. I could do a full pure mage of all of the Elder Scrolls games. That might be a interesting little run through. But projects for the future. Projects for the future. For now, I'm going to go ahead and shut down, I guess. And I might pick up again when people are off my back. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.